To give Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt overt in the contract. I guess we'll never know if any conservative doctoral students exist, and if so, whether they have been given teaching positions over the past several days. As a result of a proposal decision about an adjunct appointment, Brooklyn College has been thrust into a debate about academic freedom. This debate has been fueled at times by inflammatory rhetoric and mischaracterization of the "we must never allow decisions about our students' education to be swayed by outside influence." The numbers are nearly all in now. What they show about what really happened during the 8 years that Barack Obama was Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt president is sometimes different from what politicians claim. The economy gained a net 11.6 million jobs. The unemployment rate dropped to below the historical norm. Average weekly earnings for all workers were up 4.2% after inflation. The gain was 3.7% for just production and non-supervisory employees. After-tax corporate profits also set records, as did stock prices. The S&P 500 index rose 166%. The number of people lacking health insurance dropped by 15 million. Premiums rose, but more slowly than before. Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt, ladies' tee, long-sleeved, sweater and hoodie. Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's ladies' tee, sweater, long-sleeved, ladies' tee, hoodie. The federal debt owed to the public rose 128%. Deficits were rising as Obama departed. Home prices rose 20%. But the homeownership rate hit the lowest point in half a century. Illegal immigration declined. The Border Patrol caught 35% fewer people trying to get into the U.S. Wind and solar power increased 369%. Kohinoor Royal Cargo has a Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt spectacular roofing system and also has guaranteed to supply folks with a special house of comfort as well as deluxe. The city has really currently acquired labeled as being the leading 6 most preferred areas in India. And with a number of huge business projects coming on the scene, it can easily be considered as the facility of traveler attraction for both bigwigs and also typical purchasers. Among the Kohinoor Royal by Kohinoor Group in Cargo dealing with that has in fact operated in its support is the existence of budget-friendly real estate market. Let's talk of an area known for its intended frameworks and likewise an approaching airport terminal task. The air travel terminal project is struggling with setbacks. Yet when it enters being, it ought to soothe a significant component of air internet traffic. Then, there is one even more job called Seawood Urban Rail Network that is going to give an improvement to the connection to other areas. It's World Cup time. And for Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt the first time in my adult life as an American. That seems significant. People at work with the games running in the background on their computers. Conversations about the tournament on the street. Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's long-sleeved. If you are reading this outside the United States, this sounds ridiculously basic. Football, soccer is the world's sport. But in the US, it has only recently become something worth watching. For Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt most of my life in America, pro soccer was considered something risible and vaguely deviant, like picking your nose in public. But now it's everywhere. It's exciting. And it's got me thinking about how we build energy and audience for the arts in this country. Barry Hessenius recently wrote a blog post questioning the theory that more art into the school day will increase and bolster future adult audiences for art experiences. Like Barry, I feel that more art in schools is always better. Look for portable buildings for sale in your city. Examine any referrals. Do not jump into purchasing the first structure that you find because you might stumble upon a better deal. There might be far better deals waiting for you to grab. It's better to check the ones that are supplied by reliable and reputable dealers. You can also get in touch with BBB, the Better Business Bureau, to find out if the company is reputable. Opt for a flexible building that can be modified and is climate controlled to make sure that it will last. Carefully. Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt. Examine styles and decide. Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's sweater. Whether you Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt would add details to the structure. It's important to request quotes in order to easily sort through the retailers offering inexpensive solutions. Used portable buildings are a good choice as they have a limited budget. It's a common misconception that used structures are always in poor condition. Is your museum running on interns? In this guest post, CUNY lecturer and former manager of the Guggenheim internship program Michelle Miller-Fisher make a passionate argument for the end of unpaid internships. It is a strong, museum-focused complement to an excellent three-parter on Fractured Atlas about the ethics and future of unpaid arts internships. Free intern labor wasn't ever right, but it has become glaringly unethical in the current post-Lehman crash era. That protest placard highlighted the unpaid internship as a simultaneous symptom and result of badly broken political and social systems. If you're reading this at work, you're probably reading it within 10 feet of an unpaid intern. It's probably a path you had to navigate too. And it did work for me. I got my first real job in a museum, at the Guggenheim, after a life-changing internship. My Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt supervisor was amazing, caring, and supportive. Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's hoodie. A pair of Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt rowers. Charles W. Eliot, class of 1853, and Benjamin W. Crowninshield, class of 1858, provided crimson scarves to their teammates so that spectators could differentiate Harvard's crew team from other teams. During a regatta in 1858, Eliot became Harvard's 21st president in 1869 and served until 1909. The corporation vote to make the color of Eliot's bandanas the official color came soon after he stepped down. But before the official vote by the Harvard Corporation, students' color of choice had at one point wavered between crimson and magenta, probably because the idea of using colors to represent universities was still new in the latter part of the 19th century. Pushed by the popular debate to decide, Harvard undergraduates held a plebiscite on May 6, 1875, on the university's color, and crimson won by a wide margin. The student newspaper, which had been called the Magenta, changed its name with the very next issue. After George Washington's Continental Army forced the Happy 3 Gnomes St. Patrick's shirt British to leave Boston in March 1776, the Harvard Corporation and overseers voted on April 3, 1776, to confer an honorary degree upon the general, who accepted it that very day, probably at his Cambridge headquarters in Craigie House. Washington next visited Harvard in 1789, as the first U.S. Hope you are looting and enjoying our tricks very well. Also, check our previous post to earn money online and awesome cool tricks. Other products.